What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome back to Jimmy Mastery. We're going to play some Baccarat today. And guys, I want to remind you, really important. For all of you that are listening to what I'm about to say, there's probably out of every 200 of you, there probably will be 2 people that will be capable of doing what I'm about to tell you, okay? And the ones that fail to do what I'm about to tell you is because you don't have any discipline, and you're only going to learn and think about this after you keep failing with it. So if you really want me to help you, the one thing that you ever listen to me about is your win rate. Your win rate is the most important thing in this game. I know that a lot of you guys get my training, and my training is really good, but even with my training, there are some days that you're just not going to do well. There's just certain days that no matter what side you pick, it almost feels like it's impossible to pick the right side. No matter how you play, no matter what you do. So the most important thing, if there's only one thing that you actually listen to me about, it is your win rate. Anytime that your win rate is below 25%, so if you're struggling to win 1 out of 4 consistently, sometimes you're winning 1 out of 5, sometimes you're winning 1 out of 6, sometimes you're winning 1 out of 7. When those days happen, you are to forfeit whatever you are down, and you are to stop playing. 1 or 2 of you out of 200 of you will be able to do that. The ones that can do that are the ones that are going to be a professional player. They're the ones that are going to make the most. The ones that listen to me, because you can't get anybody more disciplined than me to teach you this game. Everything that I say has a lot of meaning to it. And there's a reason why. It just comes from experience. And because I don't play this game for fun. I love the game. It's a lot of fun. And I enjoy it. I enjoy the atmosphere. I enjoy being around the people. I enjoy, just the excitement of it. But at the same time, I'm using my own. So like when I'm playing, I don't want to lose that. Okay? So even if I'm up a lot from, playing all the time, which I am, but I still don't want to give it back to them. Okay? So I take this game very seriously. So if you ever see me play a session with you, and I quit early, it's because I'm going into my discipline mode, and I'm not going to play when that is happening. Okay? All right, guys, we're going to start off with, we're going to be on a table that is a 2 green minimum. We'll start it off today with bank. Okay, they have a natural 9, and we have a natural 8. Okay, so we're going to lose there. For those of you that don't know, it's the closest to 9 gets the victory, okay? Face cards and 10s are treated as 0. All right, so the first one that won was player. All right, we're going to go with player, and we're going to martingale. We don't have a problem martingaling either the first 2 or 3 hands. So in this particular case, we're going to go to 1 black. Okay, we have a natural 8, and they're going to have a 4. So we're going to get it. Okay, player drops. Okay, we're going to go with player again. And what I'm going to do here, guys, is I won 1 black, right? So I had gotten back 2 green, so I'm going to go 1.5 here. Okay, here we go. 3, 7. We have a natural 8. So we're doing really good right now. Our win rate is good. So you want to pay attention to your win rate. So when you're winning 50% of the time, or 1 out of every 3 hands, that's perfectly normal. That's what you want, okay? So we have quick three players. We've won all 3. So we're at 100% win rate. So there's no concern about that, but we're going to keep track of that. All right, so now we want to reduce this to 2 green. Yeah, we're on fire, guys. We are on fire right now. Sometimes it's going to happen. Now this, when you're on fire like this, that's when you want to do your pressing. Okay, we're going to let it ride. Let's go. We're going to press it. That's a good card for them. We have a 4. Okay, that's a great card for us because it reduces them to a 2. And we have a 4. We have a 5. That's a really good score. So they're in trouble here. 2, but they end up with an 8. So they got the perfect card that they needed. Okay, I don't mind that at all. We had a nice chance to really put the pedal to the metal there, okay? But it finally went to a chop, all right? Okay, so let's go now with banker. And let's go with just 2 green. Okay, they're going to be reduced to a 3, and we have a 3. Okay, they're going to be reduced to a 2, okay? So they have a 2, and we have a 3. And we're going to remain with the 3, and 3 beats a 2 because it's closest to 9. We're going to get the victory, and what we're going to do is we're going to press that. We're going to press that up, okay? So banker will get the victory. 7, that's a great score. Okay, we have a 5. I think it's over. We'll take a hit. I think we got it. I think we get a hit there because that was only 2 card player. Okay, so we're going to lose there. So player's going to win. Okay, I like player here. So let's go with 1 black unit on player. Okay, we have a great score of a 7, and they have a 4, and we're going to get a hit, and then they have only a 1. So we're going to win there. We'll take 4 green. Okay, so that's going to be a drop. Okay, we're going to go again. Now we're going to press it. We're going to go 2 black here, guys. 2 black. 3. 3. They have a 0. We have a 4. And they're going to have an 8 and beat us. Okay. So we're going to go with bank here. And we're going to go 2 green. They have an 8. We have a 1. Now you notice that my amount went down was because we're losing. Okay. So player will get the victory. So when you start to see that you're losing, reduce it immediately. Okay, so we're going to go player to drop. Okay, we're going to be reduced to a 3, and they have a 6, and we have a 0. Okay, so we got to start paying attention to our win rate, okay? We have to start paying attention to our win rate. Okay, so I like the chop. I'm going to start focusing on the chop system. I've seen enough now based on my board, the way that my board is going. I think if that we just focus on the chop, we're going to be very successful with this particular board. Okay, so what we want to do now is focus on the chop. We're going to go 1 black unit on player. We have a 0. They have a 0. We have a 9. They have a 7. So we're going to get the victory. Okay, so player is going to get that one. Okay, and the chop worked for us. Okay, now we're going to go with the chop again here, and we're going to put what we invested and what we won right here. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go banker here. 4. They have a 1. Ooh, that's a great card for us. That's hard to beat. They're going to end up with a 5. We're going to hold with a 7. Okay, that's going to give us 2 black. Okay, so that was a drop, or that was a chop. Okay. So since we focused what was working, we got a great stretch of chops at the right time. Sometimes that doesn't mean that that's going to happen. We just got lucky. But we got lucky. We really didn't get lucky. The board just continued to do what it was doing, but it literally just went straight chop. So yeah, it's kind of lucky. But we were playing the right one. We just expected to experience some losses. And I expect to have to go like 1 and then go to 2 and then I got to go to 4. And when I decide to do that, now if I would lose like 4 in a row or 5 in a row, that would hurt me really bad at that time. So that's part of the game that my training really comes into play, because my training kind of keeps you from, it helps you with how many times that you are losing, because it changes the outcome by 33% on the win rate. So that's the big difference there, okay? All right, so we're going to go, we're going to continue to do what we do. We do expect that we just got the big win. That is what we wanted. So we're going to go with 2 green on player to chop, but we do expect to eventually lose here. Okay, it doesn't look like we're going to lose on this one. 8 to 7. All right, so since we keep winning, we're going to go ahead and press this. Okay, we're going to stay with the chop. 3. Wow, guys, we're on fire now. Our win rate is like 60% right now, guys. So that's another black. Okay, so notice that when I'm successful with that press, notice that I reduce it now. Okay, so now I'll stay with the chop, but I'll reduce it. You guys can get the training at jimmymastery.com. All right, it takes about 20 minutes to 2 hours to process your order. So 5 to a 0, and we have a 6, so we just took the lead. And this is going to get a hit because this third card is a 6. And it's going to be reduced, so we're going to win. We're on fire. Now, sometimes, so all these times that we're winning here, the opposite will happen. And you'll lose this many in a row. So this is a crazy chop run. I mean, absolutely crazy chop run. Look at this. I mean, that's nuts. So good thing we timed it perfect. We just got lucky on the perfect time to do it. All right, so this is going to start the next line, okay, right here, okay? So we're going to, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So look, I'm going to put the 2 that I originally invested and then the 2 that I won. 0 to 0, 0. Wow, dude. We are on fire, bro. We are on fire. Okay, then once again, I will protect this by reducing it now. And we're just going to continue with the chop. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. 5. They're going to be reduced to a 6. And we're going to lose this one. They're going to hold with the 6. But we only gave up 2 green. So we got a banker drop. All right, now let's go with the momentum with banker, okay? Now there's no need for us to double this or martingale this. There's no need for that. We're already up. Okay, we're going to have an 8. It's over. 8 against a 1. So that's the reason why there was no reason to double it. We just got back everything, right? So we're going to rack that up. And there's no reason for me to press there, because what I really did was I broke even over the last 2 hands. So I'm not going to go to 1 black unit now. I'm just going to go back to the original bet to see if we can win the 50, the 2 green. Okay, it's not going to happen here. Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. Holy crap, bro. We are on fire. Even 8s can't even stop us right now. We are on fire. Now I'll press it. Now I'll press it, okay? All right, so that was bank dropping. We're going to stay with bank. We're going to do it 1 black. 5, 2. Wow, they're going to be reduced to a 1. And we have a 2. And we have a 0. Oh my God. That was like the worst card in the deck for us, guys. That was the only way that we could lose, is an 8. And that's exactly what happened. There goes our 1 black unit. All right, so that broke the streak too, okay? All right, so in this particular spot, I would just stay with the chop right now. I would not adjust what I'm doing. So what I would do is I would count where you're at on the session. Because you got to take advantage of you going on that win streak like that. You can't not protect your profits, guys. You know, if you watch this channel, you got to protect your profits, bro. You can't be it. I don't want no dumb players watching this crap. Because if you can't figure it out after watching me, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Okay, so right now, you got 4.5 that you're up. Okay? So you're up 4.5. All right, we're in a really, really good spot. Okay? We're in a really, really good spot. So, check this out. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row, player has failed to drop. 4 times in a row, player has failed to drop. And now the question is it going to drop here? Okay? So what we're basically doing is we're trying to time when this is going to change and drop. And the question is that a good idea to do that? Is it a good idea to try to do this? So there's a particular strategy. It's actually one of my favorite strategies, okay? It is my favorite strategy. I'm not going to tell you the name of it right now, but I'm going to give you some advice for those of you that bought that strategy, okay? You guys all know what I'm trying to talk about right now. So is it a good idea to time that? And here is my answer. No. Because just because I'm teaching you something of a strategy does not mean that you don't use common sense. And I have alerted you, you only do it when you're seeing boards that have more drops. Does this look like a board that has a lot of drops? I mean, we got some drops here, but that's it. You had some drops here and you had some drops here. That's it. 90% of this board is chop, 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 chop. So the answer is no. You do not try to time a second drop, whether it's player or banker. No drop, no drop, no drop, no drop. And it finally dropped. Okay? So sure, you're eventually most likely going to get that drop when it drops. And when it does drop, it usually does drop quite a few in a row that you could take advantage of. But my point that I'm making is that don't try to play that particular strategy at that particular moment of the shoe where you're seeing nothing but chops. If you're seeing nothing but chops, screw that system and use the chop like we just did, which is why we're up this. You with me? So you have to be good enough and smart enough of knowing which tool to bring in at the right time. That's why I tell you guys, get all of my training. Get all of my systems, because all they are is tools for each one. But you have to be better than playing like a robot. That's why you watch me, is because I give you hints every single time in these free tutorials. So, no, I would not. It doesn't matter, like in our situation here, where we have 4.5 that were up, 4.5 black units, we got them by the balls, so we don't have any worries. If you're worried about losing this, because I call it the walk-off. I'm looking for a walk-off home run. I do it, I win, I walk out of here with 9 black units, which is exactly what we won on the last session. We were in the exact same situation on the last one, and we won. So it's the same rule. If this is your money, this is not money, these are units, because we use props on this channel. So there's no real value here of monetary. These are 0 value. These are just props, okay? But you guys get the point that these units, if you don't have any of these and you're using your own every time, you gotta leave with this, bro. You gotta leave with it. All right. So in our case, do I like this spot to jam the chop? No. I do not like this spot to jam the chop. Because the reality is you have 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be the 5th time that this thing hasn't dropped. And I don't like that situation. So what I'm going to do is just do 2. And I'm going to go with the chop. I'm not going to try to time that drop. Okay? Okay, they have a 5. Unfortunately, you got to go over here to the cards. I'm just going to pull them out of the middle, guys, to complete this hand real quick and see what happens. And then we'll shuffle them up. Okay, here we go. Okay, this guy's got a 7. This guy's got a 5. He's going to stay with a 5. He's going to stay with a 7. So we're going to get that victory. Now, yes, it would have worked. We would have had 9 black units right there. Okay? But I just didn't like that spot. I didn't like that spot, but it worked out for us. Okay? So now we actually have 5. We actually have 5 black units, okay? So that was a chop, and that was the 5th time that player has failed to drop. So do you see my point about those of you that got my favorite strategy? That's my point, okay? All right, so you have to be smart in this game. So we're going to continue because we're going to look for a spot here that we can jam this 5 black, and we're going to leave either even or we're going to leave up 10. And that's exactly what I would do because I would not be in a situation where I need the 5 black units, okay? Now, if I needed that and I don't have, you already understand. I've already explained it, okay? So we're going to go for this situation here, and we're in the same exact predicament, okay? We're in the same exact situation. Do we want to do it here? And the answer is no. I do not like this spot. This is a horrible spot for you to try to do it. Okay? So here's why. You're in the same exact situation. Nothing's changed because you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it did drop here. It did drop here. Okay. Okay, I actually do like this spot for the drop. I actually do. Because look, you had no drop, no drop, no drop, no drop, and then you had a bunch of them. Okay? So it broke up that pattern. And on this new section of the shoe, it doesn't mean that this can't drop here. So I'm actually going to go with the drop. So we're going to go all 5 black on that drop. All 5 black. Okay, we got 5 black on this drop. If we lose, it's our last hand, and today's session was break even. Didn't lose, didn't win. If we win, we got 10 black units, okay? So this is a big hand for us. We're going for it, and this is exactly what I would do. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's a good card for player. That's not good for us. Okay, all right, so don't be a 2 or an ace. This would be really awesome if it was like a 5 or a 6. Oh, man, we got big problems here, man. We got big problems here, bro. Okay, we have a 0. Here it goes. I'll show you guys first. No way, bro. That came right out of that came right out of the deck, bro. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, God, we got lucky, bro. I did not expect that. So what you're doing in this game, guys, is you're putting yourself in an opportunity, okay? So I want you to think about my philosophy when I go to play. Just listen to me. This is super important, okay? I know I talk a lot, but I know some of you guys really appreciate me talking a lot because we just got 10 black units, and you're watching how I do this, okay? So there was nothing special about what happened. It was just luck. They had a really good score of 7, and we got hit in the deck with the perfect card. Okay, so yes, that's luck. Okay, but we went with our decision based on our observation. If this would have never dropped like this, I would have definitely went with the chop. Because I told you already, I didn't like the fact that all of these were going, you know what I mean? It was this that gave me the confidence to say, well, I'm going to go with the drop here because it's a very good chance because the system's been broken from this pattern. This right here broke this pattern. Okay? It doesn't mean that this still couldn't have been a chop, but I'm saying that's what made me justify making that move. Okay? Now, I want you to put yourself in my mind right now. This is really good stuff right here. Am I afraid of this game of ever losing? No. Never am I afraid of losing. Because here's why. When I sit down at the table and I have this amount, I have 20 black and 20 green. I told you already when I'm starting and I'm losing, I'm going small. Okay? I might go 1 black and then I lose that, and then now I'm down 1.5 black. Okay? So I'm going to go small on the next one. If I finally get a win, they're going to give me the 2 black or the 2 green for the win, and I'm going to press. That's how I'm looking to get it back. I'm basically using half of theirs to get it back. So I'm going with my original investment, and then they're giving me these other 2. So I'm using that strategy. And then if I get a hit and I win, now I have 2 black that I had only 2 green with before. And now I can start it over and focus on my win rate. Okay? Now here's another reason why I'm not worried. If I continue to fail and I lose, and I do 2 green and I lose and I keep losing and my win rate is horrible. Below the 25%, I leave. Maybe they took 3 black from me. So it's not going to hurt me. It's not going to give them back what I've already been beating them and taking from them. So my point is that, and also too, you guys don't know this, but I'm always doing a 1 green on the blazing 7. So if I ever hit that blazing 7, which one time I hit it 4 times in 1 week, if I hit that, I have a chance to have 50 black units. If I hit the small one, it would only be like 12 black units on 1 green unit investment. So I always have that opportunity to strike anytime, and I never know what's going to happen, okay? So I have that opportunity. So I justify sometimes just leaving if my win rate is bad. So it puts me in a mental state that they're never going to get a lot, because I don't put myself in situations that allow that, okay? All of my victories are going to come from me doing this investment, receiving on a win, receiving 3, and then going like this with it. And then if I win again, now that equals that, and I take back the 3 that I invested, and this is all profit. 2 black, 1 green, and I'm ready for that final press. And I'm either going to go home with almost 5 black or break even, and I leave. If I break even, I leave. So the way that I play this game is a long-term business, top professional player that you could possibly be. And that's never going to change. They don't want people like that playing this game. I'm 1 in thousands that can do that. Those of you that watch me and get my training and you use the same rules and you're that disciplined. Now, fortunately for the casinos, I don't get a lot of views. I'm not known. Nobody knows who I am. I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. All right, that's today's session. We did 10 black units. Give me a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel out, and become a gold or silver member. I have not been to the casino during the holidays. Have not been yet. I will be planning on getting back into it. I just been doing a lot of things, you know, I focus with the stock market. I've been focused with like training on certain things that I'm doing and learning things and stuff like that. I'm really into like AI and all that kind of stuff right now. So, but anyway, I'm actually going to be making a stock video that I'm excited about at Stock Market Jimmy. And it's about SMCI. I learned some information last night that I did wrong in my last video. So I'm going to do another video of them, and I'll tell you why I have a big investment with them and what is going to happen most likely on February 2nd or February 5th, just around the corner. So I see a big opportunity with that. So I'll be making a video on that for those of you guys that want to go over to Stock Market Jimmy, and I'll probably upload that tonight or by tomorrow. Okay, so it'll be a new thing. It says the title of that will say something like $10 billion lie. It's titled $10 billion lie. Look for that video. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much. And you guys have a wonderful day. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Happy holidays, guys. Happy New Year to you.